Welcome to Shark River Machine. My name is Steve, and this is Shark Bits episode number 18. In this Shark Bits episode, I'm going to do a short recap of my time at the Bar Z Summer Bash. I didn't have a chance to take a lot of film at the bash, but I'll talk about that a little later. But before we do that, I've got some unfinished business to take care of. First of all, I'd like to thank all of the new subscribers that have come on over the last couple of months. I've been remiss about doing that. I certainly do appreciate it, and I appreciate all the subscribers that have been hanging in there with me. Thank you very much. I've got a little bit of mail that I want to go through from some of my loyal watchers and fellow YouTubers. The first one that I have here is from Dean Crawford, and I got his channel stickers. It's AYR Cave Shop. I don't know, it's Air Cave. I should have asked him. I met him at the bash, had a chance to speak to him for a few minutes, and I should have asked him how to pronounce the name of his shop. Thank you, Dean. And the next one is from a long-time subscriber and another fellow YouTuber. He's been very supportive of my channel, and he just made up a new sticker and sent them out, so I want to give him a shout out also. And that's Vernon Courier, the Mature Patriot. And he sent me a couple of new stickers. It's a USA flag. I guess I have 2 stickers and a couple of business cards. So thank you, Vernon. Last month, when I was out in Pennsylvania, I went to a farm market that we go to frequently, and they also have a flea market or swap meet there. Very rarely do they ever have any decent tools or anything like that. It's more of a farmer's market, a lot of produce. Most of the vendors have got the offshore stuff that they're selling. But this time I ran into a tool dealer that was liquidating machine shops, and I found a few items. First thing that I picked up was this grinding wheel. It's a cup wheel. It is 3.5 inches in diameter, and it has an 1.25 inch hole in the center which will fit my surface grinder. What I'm doing is I'm trying to set up and get some tooling and some stones and so on to try and do some tool and cutter grinding on my surface grinder. So that will be in some of my future videos. Picked up a hold down clamp, just nice big heavy hold down clamp, heavier than anything I've got. A couple of pulley taps, I think it's 5/16 and 3/8, and as many hundreds of taps that I've got, I don't have any pulley taps, so I got a couple of them. I got 3 Woodruff key cutters. I have a few, but these are a couple of smaller ones. I got 3 Woodruff key cutters, and they look like they're in very good shape. They're very sharp. So, and the other thing I picked up was a pair of parallels. They were cheap. I've got plenty of parallels, but I can always use the material. In Shark Bit episode 17, I introduced a possible project of a barbecue smoker made out of a 30-gallon Craftsman air compressor tank. And I asked for feedback if anybody was interested in seeing a video, and it was unanimous. Virtually everybody that commented said, yes, let's see a video on making the barbecue smoker grill. So that will be probably the next project that I start filming. I actually started cutting some pieces off of it before I left for the bash, but it was pretty busy time and I didn't get a whole lot accomplished, so we'll go to work on that very shortly. And now let's set up for a little bit of a recap of my visit to the 2019 Bar Z Summer Bash. This is my sticker collection from the bash. There were certainly many more creators there than I got stickers from. Many of them I have had already, but some of the new YouTube creators that I met at this show were Keith Fenner, there's Keith's stickers, Steve Summers. Steve Summers has a very nice channel. I met him. He was a new one this year. Some of these people I met last year. Jim Bollinger was there with he had his two sons with him, Bo and Luke. Do Right Fabrication. Gary Cood from Tools for Machines. Tom Zlickman, he did the live video for the whole day. Inspiration Metalworks. Dale Derry, he was our MC for the day. Build Something Cool. Oh, here's a new one that I hadn't met last year, is James Kilroy. Kilroy is here. Ray Cornelia from Ray's Garage was there. His two daughters were there. They helped out. Of course, Emma's Spare Room Machine Shop. This is her new sticker, even though I had it. I picked up a couple extras. MR Tool Repair. He was there. I picked up his sticker and his business card. Aaron from Always Sunny in the Shop. He has a fairly new channel, and I'm going to put a link to it in the description. He's doing some real interesting work. And then we had several variations of Bar Z. We have the Bar Z when hell freezes over, the regular Bar Z FOG, and then this is the Bar Z Summer Bash. That was the official sticker for the Summer Bash. Also in attendance again this year was Dan Metzger, who is a great supporter of the entire YouTube machinist community, and he made up custom badges, and so there's the badge that he made up. It comes off of my channel artwork. This is the regular Bar Z Summer Bash, and then got a button. There's a button. Some of the other creators that I met, I didn't get stickers. Some of them had them, some of them didn't. Keith Rucker, VintageMachinery.org. He was a new one this year. I met him. Mr. Pete, certainly can't forget Mr. Pete. Wonderful man, very easy to talk to. I would have liked to spend more time with him, but unfortunately I was very busy with the raffle, and so I didn't really get a chance to spend too much time with him. I met Quinn from Blondie Hacks. She was there. I didn't get her sticker. She was on the way out when I finally was able to get together with her. Bob from Old Iron Lover, he was there. He's one of my viewers. He was there. Chris Anderson from Old Iron Shops. And Chris also did some demonstration on casting, sand casting. As many of you probably know, I was a guest judge for Emma's Toolmaking Competition this year. As last year, I chose not to participate in it and give Emma a hand. I also provided one of the prizes. I ground up a special set of the precision ground stones in a custom fitted wooden box, and that was one of the prizes for one of the winners. This year we actually had 3 prizes, and we had 2 categories. The first category was for videography, and the prize for that was a GoPro. I don't recall the model of it. I'm not familiar with GoPro. I think it was a 7 white or something like that. And the winner of that for videography was TommyGun Machining. I will put a link to the winner's videos and encourage you to check them out. Then we had 2 prizes for what we referred to as technical. And the first technical prize was a Mitutoyo handheld optical comparator. Very nice tool. It was donated by an anonymous donor. I don't even know the name of the donor. And that went to Max Grant and for his Project X. And he kept us in suspense right up till the end to figure out what he was building. And then the second technical prize went to Chris Anderson and his Old Iron Shops, and he had built a flask for sand casting, and it was a breakdown unit so that he could fold it up and transport it, and he actually brought it to the bash. And so I was able to present the precision ground stones directly to one of the winners. That was kind of fun. I also want to thank Randy Richard in the shop, who supplied 3 of his new scribes to add to the prize packages for Emma's Spare Room Machine Shop Toolmaking Competition. So thank you so much for Randy. I want to thank Emma for posting it again. She puts a lot of effort into it. And she made up a sign for me. It's a hand-painted sign for my Shark River machine. And on the back of it, she signed it, hand-painted by Emma. 2019 Toolmakers Competition. And I certainly want to thank Emma. I've got to find some place to put this. I think I know where I'm going to put it. It's going to go in the shop so that it can be seen in our videos. Thank you, Emma. I volunteered to work with Mike Wiggins, a backyard machine shop, on the raffle, so I was not eligible to participate in the raffle.
Everybody else likes those too, so I have Well, yeah, not that one.
I saw your video. That's it.
This is mine. They got all wet. They got all moist. Yeah.
One of the things that I picked up from Tom Zelickman, he gave us each a pair of magnets. I got 2 sets of magnets. They'll be pretty nice for hanging stuff out. I've got some metal cabinets in here, and they work real good for hanging up drawings and whatever. I've already got the stickers on my board, so thank you, Tom. Also included was the 2019 version of the T-slot cleaner from Keith Fenner. And I got to meet Keith, had a good time. Actually, he was room next door to me, but we were so busy that we really never saw each other, even though our rooms were adjoined. One of the other sponsors was ZT Fab. I got Noga. I got a small pocket version of a deburring tool from Noga. That'll be handy to keep in my apron pocket. Also a couple of samples of anchor lube. I use the anchor lube quite frequently out here in the shop, and they'll come in handy. I also got a set of the Niagara Cutter carbide end mills. I think these are all 3/8 of different styles. Dennis Nolan was with us. Niagara Seco was one of our big sponsors, and I was able to get a set of the cutters. I only purchased a few items. I purchased this tool fixture, tool grinding fixture. I'm hoping to set my surface grinder up to try and do some tool grinding, and this is one of the things that I wanted. So it takes a 5C collet. It's actually got one of the collets in it, and so I purchased that from Aaron of It's Always Sunny in the Shop. The other thing that I purchased, the Black Book had a special edition this year. It's an oversized edition. They ran 250 of them, and we got a chance to have it signed by a fellow YouTuber. And so I purchased this one and had it signed by Emma Ritson. Emma has been a great supporter of my channel, and of course we worked together on the Toolmaking Competition over the last couple of years. Oh, there it is. Signed on the inside page by Emma. Thank you so much for your kind words, Emma. And I purchased an extra one, all sealed up. It is number 26 of 250. And this one I'm going to use in the future. When I reach 2,000 subscriptions, this is going to be a giveaway for one lucky subscriber. So I'm going to hang on to that. I've got a ways to go, but I expect that sometime within the next year you'll be hearing about the particulars on getting a chance to pick up number 26 of the special edition Black Book. I also purchased a t-shirt from Steve Barton and his family from Solid Rock Machine Shops. Steve and I were chatting back and forth online as I was as we were building the squareness comparators, and we both used a completely different approach, and I think that I'm very happy with the way that it came out, with the way mine came out, and a lot of that had to do with a few of the suggestions that Steve made. Last year I met Justin from the Good of the Land, and he returned again this year with Stephen Cox. Stephen Cox's channel, I believe, is named Stephen Cox, and he says, get out and fix something. Well, Justin had Ray of Ray's Garage bring a forge and an anvil, and so Justin gave some demonstrations on that. And here I have a short clip of Brad Jacobs of Maple Lane Machine trying his hand at a little bit of forging.
Yeah. Yeah, Justin. Slow down. Speed up.
Little to the left.
Little to the right.
To the right. Not like that, like this. All right, hold on.
Well, that's going to wrap up this episode of Shark Bits. I want to thank you for watching, and as we close, I'm going to include some clips of this year's Barzy Summer Bash. See you in the next video.
I use a couple of small foundries and stuff. Clark Easterling is he's very reasonable. He's very reasonable.
Yeah, that was awesome.
I got the expensive there.
Come on.
Very reasonable.
He's like, no, I'll pass.
Oh, yeah.
So it's first come, first serve. If you don't walk your happy little patunkas up to the top, and you don't get a t-shirt. This is the way it goes. Very good, impressive. Now I got a question for you. The first question of the day, it's the most important question of the day. How many of you have been here all 5 years to the Summer Bash? Raise your hand. Wow, we got a lot of newbies. Congratulations for making it all the way to Cucamonga, California. And we're going to start out. I think you could do more than that in an hour, just drinking.
So then I thought, since it's going to be a poolside cart apparatus, I put the 7-foot sun umbrella on it.
So now, is this legal to operate in California?
Absolutely.
There will be legislation soon that will outlaw the can crusher, I'm sure.
So I'd like to start by first thanking everyone who voted for me on the People's Choice Award. I really do appreciate it. And I have to thank Samantha because she helped me a lot with it and dealt with a lot of... Yay!
It wouldn't have been possible without Samantha, his beautiful young daughter.
Yeah, thank you, Dale. And thank you all. All right.
There we go. He's there.
Okay, that's 115.
All right, Bruce. Made the 115.
I know. It is.
Beating down on you.
It is. It's good.
So we got to get a fruit 2 out of 3 right now.
Yep. Good job, Rude.
Okay, Bruce. Thank you very much.
Oh, look at the new king. Oh, the new king.
The 4-draw challenge.
Now, my question for Bruce is, how did you find such an amazing, smart woman?
I was busy having a cup of tea with my brother, and Butcher walked in, and that was it. That we bonded then, and it's now 51 years ago. So August will be officially 50 years marriage.